This is the second video in a series of 11 where I'm talking about food addiction, binge eating, and emotional eating, and I'm starting the second video right now. Thank you for joining me here today. I'll be sharing the second video in the new series I'm doing where I'm talking about food addiction, binge eating, and emotional eating. This week's topic is food addiction and a healthy relationship with food. If you do suffer from food addiction or binge eating, you need to develop a healthier relationship with your food. So today, I will be sharing some tips on a coaching exercise I use to help you do just that. Number one, avoid temptation at all costs. So if you have certain trigger foods, you need to make sure they are not in sight or even around if possible. There may be circumstances, though, where completely removing these trigger foods from your home or your environment is impossible. So for me, I have a 6-year-old son, so I've mentioned this before in past videos. I can't cut out some of his treats, obviously, even though some of those treats are triggers for me. So to help me avoid this temptation, he hides his treats in a little spot, a little cabinet that he has, and the ones that he can hide that are in my way, I hide those treats behind several healthy snacks or better or other alternatives. Number two, listen to your body. I really want to binge right now, but am I really hungry? Is this really what I want right now? Is this really what I need? Does my body really want this right now? Listen to your body, ask yourself those questions. Is it really something you need right now? Are you actually hungry, or are you bored? Are you angry? Are you stressed? Are you triggered? If you are triggered, what is that trigger? But listen to your body. Number three, focus on what you're eating. Don't eat numb. Focus on what you're eating and refuse to eat on autopilot. Recognize your food. Also ask yourself, will eating this help me or harm me? Will it bring me a step closer to my goals or further away from them? Number four, eat regularly. Schedule your times during the day to eat. I've talked about this as well in past videos, so I'm not going to go too in depth with this, but this takes trial and error, but it does work. What I do is I have my schedule posted right on my fridge, and this helps me stay on track. And again, something I've mentioned in the past, it doesn't have to be written in stone. In other words, if you have something scheduled for 12, but you can't eat until 12:30, that's okay. Give yourself some space. So you want a schedule with some flexibility. Number five is don't avoid all fats. Not all fats are bad, and you do need certain amount of healthy fat in your diet. And these fats are satiable and, when properly calculated in a nutritional program, actually help promote weight loss and control cravings. Number six is learn to fight boredom. Fight boredom. When you're bored, what do? You eat. You go through the cupboards, you go through your fridge, then what? You binge. So create some ideas, maybe activities that you can use to help you when you're bored, and most likely to give in to a binge. Don't use boredom as an excuse, though. Do whatever you have to do to keep from binging, as long as it's constructive and not harmful to you. Start dancing right there. Again, I've talked about that in the past, haven't I? Do some squats, do some push-ups, talk to your inner demon and let them know that the temptation they're causing you is not going to work. This demon is not going to let you go and give in to an all-out binge, not out of boredom. No, you won't allow it to happen. So these are just some of the suggestions. Might sound silly, but again, they do work. Number seven, support yourself with healthy lifestyle habits. Again, these habits can be used to combat boredom. So what are some healthy lifestyle habits that you can use? So here's a challenge. Get a piece of paper and a pen and start making a list of some that you know you'll use and implement. And the final one, number 8, is learn to manage stress. Stress equals stress eating, which equals a binge. So you need to learn to deal with your stress in a healthy way. I talked about this a little bit last week. I talked about deep breathing and meditation. So if you haven't seen that video yet, I do suggest that you check it out after you're done with this one. So those are the 8 tips. And will these tips always work? No, they probably won't. It is a slow, steady process. Change does take time, but the first step is being aware that you do have issues with binge eating and food addiction. Then going through the steps and tips I've mentioned here and any others that you may need to work through. If you really are suffering from binge eating disorder or food addiction issues, connect with others and ask for help. Again, that's something I've talked about, I believe, in the last video, but in several videos. But if you do need help, ask for it. You are not superhuman, and there's no shame in seeking out help. When I first started dealing with my issues roughly 12 years ago, I believe, I made the mistake of trying to go it alone, and I regret that. So again, don't face this battle alone. There's no point. So I hope this helps you to at least start dealing with your issues in a positive note. I will make sure, though, to add all 8 of these in the description below, so you can check them out after the video is over. To learn more about how to deal with the emotional issues associated with weight loss, food addiction, binge eating, emotional eating, stress eating, remember to subscribe now and hit that bell notification. That way you're guaranteed you won't miss any videos in the future. Also, look for the next part of this series next Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you have any questions you'd like for me to answer, as always, please feel free to leave them in the comments section below, and I will do my best to answer them all. Also, feel free to share this video with anyone you know could benefit from it. This helps me reach more people, and the more people I reach, the more people I can help, which of course is my goal. I also strongly suggest that you check out the videos in the cards on the screen. They will help you further. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you all again next Monday at 4 p.m. Have an awesome week, everybody, and please stay safe.